The Crew Motorfest is on pretty much every platform, even the 10-year-old Xbox One. If you still have Xbox One, maybe you're wondering if it's time to upgrade. So how does Xbox One run Crew Motorsport compared to the newer Series S and X? By the end of this video, you're gonna either be convinced to upgrade or just say you don't see enough of a difference here to spend hundreds of dollars. The good thing is your single copy of the Crew Motorfest will work on both the Xbox One and the Series X. That's actually a big advantage Xbox owners have compared to PlayStation owners. With the PS4 and PS5 copy, you must buy the game separately. If you buy a PS5 copy, it's not gonna work on your PS4. For the game, you're going to need 25 gigabytes of space on Xbox One and about 37 gigabytes on the Series S and X. That's actually small considering Forza Horizon 5 is over 100 gigabytes. One of the big advantages of newer consoles is the loading times. Crew Motorfest is an always online game. You can't play it offline. This means it takes a while each time to connect to the servers. Going from dashboard to free roam takes over 3 minutes on Xbox One. Series S and X are faster, taking just over 1 minute. Now, quick resume is a big feature of the series consoles, but because this is an always online game, quick resume doesn't work. You'll just get kicked out to the main menu. Starting a race is also much faster on the Series S and X, taking only 7 to 8 seconds, while Xbox One takes 21 seconds. Fast travel is instant on the new hardware, 2 seconds to fast travel here. On Xbox One, it's not bad, I guess, 8 seconds without a long loading screen. Visually, graphics, there's actually a pretty big difference between Xbox One and Series S and X. At least I think so. Xbox One runs a game at about 720p and targets 30 FPS. Series S is 1440p and also targets 30 FPS. And it's not just the resolution. I mean, on the Series S, the game does look much better. There's a lot more detail in the vegetation, the environments, the draw distance is a lot bigger as well. The shadows are better. Xbox Series X can run the game at 4K with better shadows and 30 FPS target. The Series X also has a second graphics mode called Performance. This does target 60 FPS, but the resolution and graphics detail do drop to 1440p. Now I'm going to talk about the performance on each console separately here, starting with the Xbox One. I mean, honestly, the game's kind of blurry on Xbox One. I'm not complaining though. I'm just glad Xbox One owners are still enjoying new releases on a console that's over 10 years old. Performance does target 30 FPS, but there's frame pacing issues. I mean, there's no huge drops or anything. You'll stick close to 30 FPS most of the time, but it's just not smooth. There's also an issue here with screen tearing. I slowed down the footage here and you can see the amount of screen tearing in the environments. I did see a few other issues and bugs while playing on the Xbox One. For one, even navigating the map, the menus is sluggish. You'll just have to be patient. There's also these graphic bugs at times where the whole environment just kind of freezes and has to load and render back in. I think this is just Xbox One failing to render the game as you travel around the map. It's almost like loading the map when you move around to a new section. So you have to be patient if you want to play this game on Xbox One. Now, when you move on over to the Xbox Series S, the game does look much better visually. The loading speed, the rendering, the pop-in bugs are pretty much gone. The game menus are easy to go through and not frustrating like the Xbox One, and the overall experience is just much better. Now, the Series S version isn't perfect. It still has issues. For one, it's 30 FPS and there is no 60 FPS performance mode in the final game. The frame rate, even at 30, isn't even smooth. I mean, there's frame pacing issues here as well, and there's also a lot of screen tearing even on the Series S. Here's Series S footage that I've slowed down and you can clearly see the huge amount of screen tearing. Now, what's odd and disappointing at the same time is that when I played the game in the beta, it was actually running at 60 FPS on the Series S. Here I'm doing a side-by-side comparison of the beta versus the final game, and you can see how the Series S is capable of running this at 60 FPS. I mean, the beta at 60 FPS was a lot more stable and has a lot less screen tearing as well. Now, of course, the higher frame rate did mean that during the beta that the resolution was lower. Here you can see it's perhaps closer to 1080p, but I would personally trade off the lower resolution for better performance any day. Screen tearing seems to be an issue even on the powerful Xbox Series X. Again, I have slowed down footage and you can clearly see screen tearing here as well. This is the 30 FPS resolution mode, of course, and it's 4K, but the performance does suffer just like the Series S and Xbox One. Switching the Series X to performance mode is much better. The screen tearing is virtually disappears here, and the frame rate is of course higher. It's targeting 60 FPS. Now, it's not a solid 60 FPS in performance mode even on the Series X, and there are drops into the mid 50s. Some of you might be wondering about the PlayStation 5 at this point. PS5 also has the two graphic modes, resolution and performance. Crew Motorfest actually performs the best on PS5. In resolution mode, there is no screen tearing. The game's practically locked at 30 FPS. Even performance mode is better on the PS5. I mean, there's some minor drops, but for the most part, you'll see fairly close to 60 FPS. So that's how the Crew Motorfest runs on all the different gaming consoles. For the rest of the video, I'm gonna leave you with some more side-by-side gameplays with the FPS counter shown on all these consoles.
I'm late. Bloody traffic jam. Don't worry, I'm on my way. Where was that path again? Let me check my map. Oh, right, there you are. I'm coming. Oh, sorry, where are my manners? I'm Pierce. They call me the off-road specialist, but simply off-roader will do. Pleased to meet you, my friend. I'm going to do my best to share my knowledge and scout the field ahead so you can avoid any nasty surprises. Lesson 1. Always know your environment.
After the docks, how about a little tour of the countryside?
Did you enjoy the quad race? It's a good appetizer for what lies ahead. The Motorfest invites you to rendezvous at Peacock Flats, your first taste of true freedom on the island.